There's a global ETF now available in the UK with an ultra-low fee of just 0.07%. And no, it's not Invesco FTSE All World ETF, and it's not the SPDR MSCI All Country World ETF either. If you've been wondering which All World ETF gives you the best combination of diversification and cost right now, this might be the one. Today, I'll break it down, compare it with the favorites, and share a simple comparison table so you can see how they stack up. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, if you're new here, I'm Chioma, and on this channel I talk about investing, ETFs, and building long-term wealth, mostly from a UK perspective. So if that sounds like your thing, give the video a like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Over the last few years, UK investors have relied on the classics: VWRP, FWRG, SSAC, ACWI, and SWRD, all solid options. But there's always been one issue. Most global ETFs in the UK still charge between 0.12% and 0.23%. Now, 0.12% may not seem like a lot, but if you have a £100,000 portfolio, that could cost you at least £2,400 over 20 years in fees. Which is why this new ETF is interesting, because it delivers global diversification, developed and emerging markets, large and mid-cap exposure, and a price so low it almost doesn't look real. The ETF we're talking about is the Amundi Prime All Country World ETF, ticker PACW, with a total expense ratio of 0.07%, which means a £10,000 investment costs you just £7 a year in fees. It's officially the cheapest global equity ETF available to UK investors right now. There are two versions: WEBN, the accumulating version, and PACW, the distributing version, which is the one available for UK investors. This ETF tracks the Solactive GBS Global Markets Large and Mid-Cap Index, giving you exposure to 2,483 companies, representing around the largest 85% of the global free float market. That includes developed markets, emerging markets, large and mid-cap stocks spread across every major sector. Inside the fund, you see familiar names: Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Broadcom, and Alphabet. The US makes up around 63% of the fund, which is normal for most global ETFs today. Emerging markets also get meaningful exposure, and sectors like tech, financials, industrials, and consumer discretionary dominate. Amundi uses direct physical replication, meaning the fund buys the real stocks in proportions very close to the index. And with a tracking error of under 0.5% since launch and just 0.02% over the past year, it has tracked its index almost perfectly. PACW launched in February 2024 and has returned 19.4% over the past year. It also pays an annual dividend of around 1.19% and is domiciled in Ireland, reducing withholding tax for UK investors. One thing to bear in mind: PACW is a distributing ETF, so ideally keep it inside an ISA to avoid dividend tax. Now, let's compare PACW to the well-known low-cost option, the SPDR MSCI ACWI. ACWI offers a 0.12% fee, 2,303 companies, and over $7 billion in assets. By comparison, PACW comes in at 0.07%, almost half the cost of ACWI, and actually holds more companies with around $4 billion in assets. Both are globally diversified. ACWI is older and larger. PACW is newer, cheaper, and holds slightly more companies. Now, let's compare PACW to the other big global ETFs. Vanguard FTSE All World, 0.19% fee, 3,649 companies, large, mid, and small caps, $29.8 billion in assets. Invesco FTSE All World ETF, 0.15% fee, 2,356 companies, large and mid caps only, and $2.64 billion in assets. iShares MSCI ACWI, 0.2% fee, 1,736 stocks, large and mid caps only, $24.9 billion in assets. And finally, iShares Core MSCI World, 0.2% fee, 1,319 companies, developed markets only, $128 billion in assets. The simple takeaway is this: PACW, run by the largest asset manager in Europe, holds the second highest number of companies on this list and is now the cheapest way to buy the world in the UK. This ETF works well if you want a simple one fund portfolio, the lowest possible fees, broad global diversification, passive long-term investing, minimal maintenance, and exposure to both developed and emerging markets. If you want to buy the world at the lowest cost, PACW fits that goal perfectly. So yes, the UK now has access to a global ETF cheaper than almost anything we've seen before. The Amundi Prime All Country World ETF combines diversification, market coverage, and ultra-low fees in a simple, accessible package. For long-term investors, this could easily become a core holding. Let me know in the comments, would you switch to this ETF or stick with your current global fund? Before you go, don't forget to tap the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe if you haven't yet. It lets me know you enjoy content like this and encourages me to make more of it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.